Trump weighs the Insurrection Act, we go to attorney and Article 3 project president Mike Davis. Mike, thanks for being with us here today. What would it look like? What would happen if President Trump invoked the Insurrection Act?
Well, immigration is controlled by Congress. Federal law is the supreme law of the land. Our elected members of Congress have passed laws to control immigration. President Trump is executing those laws, which is his constitutional duty to do. And you have these Confederates-like Democrat politicians like Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, who think that they can, by force, resist these immigration efforts. That is textbook insurrection. That is textbook seditious conspiracy. Those are very serious federal felonies, along with assaults on law enforcement, along with harboring illegal aliens, along with conspiracy generally. I would say to Governor Walz and Mayor Frey, you're playing a very deadly game here, and you could end up in federal prison if you do this. In addition, the president can and should invoke the Insurrection Act, which is passed by Congress to allow the president to federalize the Minnesota National Guard to assist federal law enforcement in executing federal immigration laws and to put down this insurrection.
And in fact, it has led to bloodshed. 2 individuals emerged from an apartment last night, seemingly taking up Frey and Walz on their invitation and interfering in an ICE arrest, joining an assault against an ICE officer. But I'm going to return to that question, Mike. Let's say President Trump does invoke the Insurrection Act. What then? How does that unfold in Minnesota?
Well, then President Trump could send in the active duty military forces into Minnesota, into Minneapolis, to put down the rebellion, to put down the insurrection. He could also federalize the Minnesota National Guard. Well, the National Guard would be under federal control, under the president's control, and not under Governor Tim Walz's control. And I would say this, if these Democrat politicians, you're hearing that they want to arrest ICE agents around the country when these ICE agents are executing federal immigration laws, that could lead to deadly force being used by ICE agents against state and local law enforcement. Are these Democrat politicians really trying to cause a civil war here? Are these Democrat politicians trying to end up in federal prison for the rest of their lives or worse?
It certainly sounds that way. It certainly sounds that way from the rhetoric that we're hearing from not just Frey and Walz, but, for example, the sheriff of Philadelphia. We're hearing that increasingly, the seeming plea for a standoff between local law enforcement and federal law enforcement. We appreciate you being with us here today, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, coming up, the other